An important feature of monopoly is its discrimination. The discrimination can be on the basis of degrees or types. On the basis of degrees, we can classify it as first degree, second degree, and third degree discrimination. And on the basis of type, use, personal, and place discrimination is possible. So, what is meant by discrimination? So, discrimination can be of different forms, as I have already told you. It is an act of selling the same article produced under the single entity at different prices to different buyers at different places or different occasions. So the same product is sold at different prices. It is known as discrimination. So what are the reasons for that? Sometimes price discrimination is possible. Sometimes place discrimination is possible. So different aspects are there. So monopolist can always follow a discriminative price policy because he is the single controller. So under duopoly and oligopoly, it is possible only by the proper understanding of the firms. So in this case, monopolist is the sole responsible figure who can make all these discriminations. In such a condition, monopolist will be having two or more markets under his custody so that he can have different prices, different policies operating in different markets so that all this can be made use of by the markets. The monopolist. So the monopolist is to follow a discriminative price policy. The two types of market should be segregated from each other. And in such a condition, definitely monopolists will charge different prices. If you ask the question whether the price discrimination is justifiable or not, it is not fair. So discrimination of any types is bad and price discrimination is no exception. Businessman may be a monopolist in market and a duopolist in another market. So he is trying to establish himself through this price strategy. So charging a higher price is some sort of discrimination and is trying to penetrate into the market. The policy of charging a lower price from some consumers and a higher price from other group for the same product creates a sense of grievance and hurt burning issues to many cases. So we cannot fully support the process of price discrimination, but still price discrimination is a feature of monopoly. The essential services such as that is available in rural areas, for example by railways, will be of lower prices, and for commodities those who are producing in large scale, the price will be very less. Price discrimination is advantageous to those buyers for whom price is low and advantageous to others for whom and disadvantages for whom price is high. So it always creates advantages and disadvantages. And sometimes in order to capture market, price discrimination can be used in the form of dumping. Dumping itself is of three types: persistent, sporadic, and predatory. And sometimes it is to predate into another market. It is not by mistake but by purpose. Monopolists may use these kinds of techniques. So we have already mentioned the degrees and types of price discrimination is available. So first of all, we will see the types of price discrimination. So classification, that is, price discrimination is usually classified into three. That is personal discrimination, place discrimination, and use discrimination. What is personal discrimination? So under this system, what we do is monopolists will charge different prices from different customers for the same commodity or the same service. Rich customers will have to pay more and the lower division people will have to pay less. For example, the charges of lawyers and doctors are best example. The deluxe edition of book becomes high price for the high customers and low for the lower customers. Upper berth is given in the railways for people. So these kinds of differences are always there. That is for personal discrimination. Place discrimination is yet another discrimination. So monopolist who has got two markets can do this. If it is in the ordinary part of the city, the price will be low, and if it is selling in the aristocratic locality in the city, the price will be very high. So these kinds of differences will be there always. And use discrimination is yet another aspect of the types of discrimination. In this case, monopolist will charge for his product different prices for different uses. So similarly, monopolist can sell accessories like bolts, nuts, screws, and small springs, etc. at a higher price to automobile industries, and for a cycle shop who is a petty cycle shop, the price will be comparatively very low. So there can be discrimination. which is quite often seen in the economic realms. Place discrimination, personal discrimination, and use discrimination are part of monopolist in his strategy. Yet another kind that we can see in the case of discrimination is on the basis of degree, that is classified into first degree, second degree, and third degree price discrimination. It is also explained using diagrams. So in the case of first degree, what happens? First degree case is the one in which monopolist can discriminate price among all the consumers and for each unit of the commodity. If he can sell his products with consumers and for each unit there are different prices, it is first degree price discrimination. The monopolist charges the reservation price for each unit of the commodity. The maximum price that each consumer is willing to pay for each unit of the output is called the reservation price. So we have to take note of the reservation price. That is what the maximum price he is willing to do. If from each different customers he is charging different prices, so that if there are 100 persons, 100 different prices are charged, no doubt it is first degree price discrimination. The second degree price discrimination is yet another form of price discrimination. Again, we have to. Second degree price discrimination occurs when the monopolist is able to charge different prices in different groups. For example, if a producer produces 100 units, so he charges rupees 10 for the first 10, 12 for the next 20 people, rupees 30 for the next 50 people, and the like. So different groups are charged different prices. So the diagram in the middle, that is the second diagram, is going to explain us the second degree price discrimination. So in which when the price is OP, the output is OX. One group is charged on that. When the price is OP2, the output is OX2, and that is charging from one group. OP1, the output will be OX1, which is supplied, and this price will be charged from another group. So for each different groups, each set of prices will be charged by the monopolist. But in the case of first degree, every single unit sold will be at different prices. So that is shown by the third diagram. And now coming to the third degree price discrimination. So it occurs when the monopolist is able to partition the market demand into two or more groups of customers. So if we can divide the market into two or more categories, then it is possible. From each separated market, a uniform price is charged. Here the markets are separated based on elasticity of demand. It is not based on location but elasticity of demand. So the monopolist sells his products in two different markets, and then the price will be charged on the basis of the elasticity. So then it forms the price discrimination of third degree. So all these forms are possible in a market, and that is done by none other than the monopolist. So his tactic will be to get maximum profit, and that he will be earning it. So according to the third category, that is the price discrimination of third degree, the monopolist will divide his entire market into different sub-markets. He charges different price from each sub-market. There will be some distances between different sub-markets. So the price is determined in each sub-market according to the demand conditions and the output sold. So these are the three different degrees of price discrimination, that is of first degree, second degree, and third degree. In the case of first degree, monopolist is able to sell each unit in different prices. Price discrimination of the second degree, buyers are classified into different groups and a different price is charged from each group. And in the third degree, different sub-markets are classified and different prices on the basis of the volume and also on the basis of elasticity is charged.